Hi kids, and welcome to my channel. My name is Haley and this is my debut of my channel. And here we are going to learn, okay? We are going to connect, we are going to get serious, we are going to take our relationship to a more intimate level. And possibly through this process of helping me, I'll end up helping you. So this is essentially going to be a video diary going over just everything that I kind of have going on in my chaotic life. I want to go over art, fitness, school, life in general, and trying to make it on a low income. So if you relate to this, or you're just some sadist that likes to see people struggle, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Today's topic is art. I am an artist that does not create art. Now, I feel like a lot of people know exactly what I'm talking about, but for those who are confused, let me explain. I love art, but I let my fear of rejection and negative feedback get in the way of me actually making it. My long-term goal
is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
is to create my own animation. Why? Because I want to make kids feel the way I felt as a kid growing up watching cartoons. I felt seen, I felt heard, and I felt warm. Like I always felt like a weird kid. I'm sure a lot of people felt weird as a kid, but cartoons are what specifically made me feel accepted. So in order to kind of really understand what's going on, let's do a little backstory, right? I currently go to FAU, where my major is multimedia studies. When I was accepted, I had all of these ideas about how I would grow my first portfolio, my first art portfolio. I thought I would draw every day, and by the time I graduated, I would have improved so much that I could apply for an art and animation school to continue my studies. But what I didn't factor in was life. I'm originally from Texas, and when I was 19, I got kicked out of my parents' house over some petty argument. And about a year after that, I moved to Florida on a whim after a really bad breakup. And long story short, I've been working ever since to pay my rent, my utilities, my car insurance, my phone bill, you name it, I pay it, okay? And Florida is way more expensive than Texas. I didn't factor that in when I moved here.
I wanna go home.
For a really long time, work took so much of my life. I had absolutely no work-life balance.
Help me! I want to help you, but I can't lose this job.
Waiter, oh waiter.
I was working over 40 hours a week, and it wasn't until recently when I finally found a job that paid enough to sustain myself and also have a life that I realized that I had not finished a single drawing. Every art class I took, I had completely unfinished drawings and a completely empty sketchbook I hadn't drawn once by myself or at home. And this is 2 years later. I mean, like, I wasted a lot of time. I didn't utilize my time. I'm not gonna say I wasted time because I wanna absolve myself of that. So this year I decided to do something about it. So I'm a senior at FAU now. I'm about to graduate in the spring, and I'm taking my senior practicum class. My professor asked the class to come up with a media project, any media project. You're actually watching it right now. Hi, I'm turning this in, so that's kind of cool. So my original plan was to do this 6-week character art improvement thing, right? I asked ChatGPT to come up with a plan to focus on different parts of the body every day until I came up with my very first original character. But I failed.
You what?
Not because of work this time, but because I filled in all my extra time with physical activity. It became a super, super important part of my life. So important that I struggled to make time for my art again. I had finally jumped over this hurdle of not having time to do anything because of work, and I created a whole other obstacle for myself, balancing my love for fitness with my art. I love being active, so having extra time to go to the gym and to meal prep and do things to keep my body healthy has been such a blessing. But again, it was time consuming. But this one hurt a little bit more because it was about delegating. I could either spend all of my time drawing or I could go to the gym, but I couldn't do both before work or school. So I didn't want to stop working out. That's just something that it was a non-negotiable for me. So I drew every day that I could. Although I didn't quite hit my goal exactly because I didn't draw every single day, I did fall in love with it again. I even became a little bit obsessed, which I don't think it's a bad thing. I did everything I could to draw, even if that meant drawing after work and staying up until 3 in the morning. If I couldn't draw, I watched sketchbook tours on YouTube, which I've become a little bit obsessed with as well. I'm always watching sketchbook tours. And I started to get sad on days that I couldn't draw. I'd feel like, dang, like I'd rather be drawing than like doing whatever else I'm doing. And I started to improve, like incrementally, but I have seen little improvements in my sketchbook. After a while, I stopped putting limitations on my art and I just started drawing again. Sometimes I did parts of the body, and then sometimes I drew frogs. Like I just drew, and I think that was important. I made it a priority. I got back into the spirit of why I became an artist in the first place, to express things that I couldn't reach with words or actions. At first, I felt like I failed, but this wasn't a failure. In fact, I think it was wildly successful, because I can guarantee you, once I finish school, that free time is going to art. So I'm excited to show you what I create. So with all of this being said, I feel like it's only right to give you one of those sketchbook tours that I've been so obsessed with. So here's what I did accomplish in those last 6 weeks. Video, short and sweet, baby. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and go to the description box to find my art Instagram page. I'm finally going to get out of my comfort zone and start posting my art, because I think that's important for me, who wants to become an artist, of course. So I love your support. Anyway, follow your dreams. Bye.
But you're supposed to change. You're never the same, even moment to moment. You're allowed and expected to invent who you are. What an incredible power, the ability to grow up.